Give it a few minutes because I don't usually go live. So here I am. Let's see how this works. Because it's a whole new platform now. So Sunday afternoon, I'm bored. Walmart's across the road. So in order to up my production quality a little bit, I'm trying not to jumble and fumble as much. Now it's probably not the best time to go live, but here it is. Got a lot of upcoming really neat things. So as the room fills up, get the chat rolling, and we'll talk about what's going on. Don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail, but it shows some of the equipment I picked up this morning, and looks like I'm getting the folks filtering in. Shipsy, my West Coast brother from another mother. How's the audio sound? Because it's a brand new mic setup. It's actually a boom mic with a wind sock over it, and I'm on a tripod now. And I also have the ability to flip it and go horizontal, but you know how when you start YouTube on a vertical, it's got to stay on a vertical. But I'm actually on a tripod. I can remote start and stop recording with a remote now, so I don't have to edit pushing buttons and stuff. A little weak. Let's see. I'm trying to determine because I've done some audio tests and went back and watched it, so I might have to use my outside voice because I do have a voice for TV and a face for radio. Is that Andrew Logan? Welcome in, Andrew Logan. First time seeing you in here. So I guess I got to be pretty much within a foot or two of the mic. Because, I mean, it's literally got a mount that attaches right to the phone and the mount. So it's, kind of pointing my direction. And give me just a second because there is a setting I can flip and it might change the audio quality. It might not. So 3, 2, 1. We should be back. Like I said, I read the instructions. It's real simple. So simple a caveman can do it, but I'm no caveman. I don't drag my knuckles. But in this vlogging set, there's the camera mount, there's the phone holder, there's the tripod, and a little light. And it has 3 brightness settings. So that'll work. That'll work in low light environments where there's not a lot of natural light. Now I've also got a handheld little gimbal thing, and I'll work with it in another live stream. And just like I said, I'm working out the parameters of this stuff because those of us that know me, high tech is not my strong suit. Got a lot of new visitors to the channel. I'm just trying out some new audio and video and stuff for for a little bit better quality production. Now, this mic should cut out a lot of the background noise because of the windsock and stuff. Now let me disconnect it and see what it sounds like through the phone mic. In 3, 2, 1. Don't know if it switched to the mic on the phone, but there's probably a lot more background noise now. All right, good deal. So this test here is with the mic unplugged and using the microphone built into the camera. So, when our peers are around us and they're making real good quality video and stepping up their game, they're which way sounds better? With a little bit of background noise with the camera mic or the external mic? I mean, I know the external mic's going to be more isolated. Okay, so scratch the boom mic idea. Got it. Speaking of sorry, Lauren Smith is asking, where am I from? Looks like flat land. Well, I'm from South Georgia, North Florida. I'm in kind of central Alabama right now, so the flat ground thing is pretty accurate because we're below the Appalachian Mountains and, well, in between the Appalachian Mountains and the Gulf Coast here where I'm at. There's no gain settings on this. It's just a little cheap plug-in. I mean, Carrie's in the house. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, I'm experimenting. When we get new toys, we got to play with them, right? The audio settings, I'm on an iPhone. I don't know how to get into the gain settings and stuff. But I do have a little bit more stability control using the tripod. Y'all want to do a 360? Let's do a 360. Of course, this is all manual, of course. But here we are. Welcome in again, everybody who's just joining in. So, I guess I'll scrap the boom mic idea. But, like I said, I can unloosen this and it says orientation is locked, rotate the device back because I've already started a live stream in the vertical. But we can lock her back down in place. There's an app for that somewhere, Shepsy. Do a barrel roll. You got jokes. Thanks, but no thanks. But yeah, like I said, I hadn't been on live in a while, but I am alive and kicking like a little Fanny Rooster chicken. So there's that. But yeah, for those who's been following my channel and Sterling Mills channel, we've got the next upcoming Living Legends dirt race is this coming Saturday, August the 23rd. We're gonna have a lot of special guests there to attend. We picked up a new sponsor for the season, Busy Bees Tree and Land Service. They're located probably 30 minutes from North Florida Speedway, and they wanted to help out with the series, and in that they're also helping promote what we do for Forgotten Angels and bring them to a bigger platform, another different platform than motorcycles or trucks. And along with Mr. Keith Barker, the owner of Busy Bees Tree Service, going to be there to support the series and everything that it does. We've extended an invitation to the folks at Forgotten Angels and Mr. David Tyler, the brawn behind Miss Cindy, his wife's brains, has committed to attend and meet and greet everyone who's helping support and spread the word about Forgotten Angels. So we're gonna have a good night. Should have a real decent turnout because there's other series that do similar things that what the Living Legends does, other than the ultimate goal for the Living Legends racing series is to pay honor and tribute to the retired drivers in the North and Southeast, North Florida Southeast area that are still alive. Give them a little something back instead of having a memorial race after they're gone, because they're not here to receive it in person and experience it. So we dedicate each race to a different chosen driver and invite them out to relive a little bit of their glory days vicariously through the drivers that are participating in the series. So upon sign-in, after sign-in, either at the general admission grandstand gate or the pit gate, inside near the grandstands, we'll have a table set up with our shirts and our honoree. This next one is Mr. J.E. Sapp from Quitman, Georgia. He started racing in the 1950s and he retired from racing in the mid-1970s. And most of the races he run were at North Florida Speedway. Before it was North Florida Speedway, it was Lake City Speedway. And it's really cool that our host track has come on board to hold 6 races for us this season. And at the completion of this next race, we'll be mid-season. We'll have 3 races to go. The next race will be September 20th. Then the next race in October will be the Saturday night, the 25th. And I do believe the last race of the season will be held at the track's season-ending series, season-ending race for when they shut down for the winter will be on November the 23rd. And we've got several more honorees to pay tribute to and pay honor to. But this, like I said, this midpoint way of the season, we felt it appropriate to bring out some of the people that are behind some of the foundations that we support, so that they can get to meet and greet this great group of people that are coming together for 2 races, to enjoy the thrill and excitement of their passion of dirt track racing, plus meet with Mr. David Tyler and see what, hear from him about, what Forgotten Angels does for these young men and young women that age out the foster care system. And, you know, it puts faces to names. And it gives people opportunity to make personal connections that, you know, hopefully will stand the test of time. And maybe through these connections, the word will get out to other organizations in other ways, in other facets. And we're especially hopeful for that because, as we know, this is how the word spreads about Forgotten Angels, is through each and every one of us. Each one of us plays, you know, our own particular part and our own particular role. For instance, as we know, last year I donated my dream bike. This year, I can't donate a motorcycle. I'm out of motorcycles. I got one left, but it's sentimental, and it was one of the last things that was a collaboration between me and my wife and some fellow friends to bring that motorcycle into reality. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I got to keep making memories with it for now. And we also have another legend just joined in the chat. Everybody say hello to Mr. Tolga, and you know, our Turkish terror, because every once in a while he'll put a face to his voice. Don't know how to say that name. This way in Mana. I got several. I got ankle, I got knee, I got elbow, I got shoulder. Got plenty of them. So, appreciate your comment. And thank you guys for tuning in for a little bit and helping me with this test on this setup. You know, trying to get everything ready ahead of time for next weekend, because between myself and Sterling, we've added more video equipment, more mount equipment, and I was sitting around today thinking, what can I do to help on my end, you know, whether it be, you know, stationary at one of our promotion tents we've got for the series, or, you know, have the flexibility of having a setup at the public side for the grandstands and the audience and the fans that come there to watch us race. And we don't ask for any money for what we do. And there's a reason there's a personal reason I don't. Because if it ever gets to the point to where I have to, then I'm at the bottom of the barrel. You know, it's just me personally. Now, we all handle things differently, and I'm not on here much, and I'm not consistent enough with my YouTube channel to blow up to be some Mr. Beast or all these other big YouTubers and stuff like that. This is simply a platform that's allowed for all of us to be us. That's why it's called YouTube. Why, we're joined by another fellow miscreant. Look at me using big words. Everyone welcome Salty Badger into the chat. And being able to stay away from this side of the camera, I can interact with you guys on your channels, and you know, that's how we support each other. It's bouncing back and forth between each other, and even the friendly banter and you know, the brand bashing and all that. That's all good fun. And to me, when someone new tunes in and they hear that, they may think, "Ooh, there's some drama there. We can watch this," and they've only gotten one piece of it because they tuned in at the right time. They don't understand the backstory that, you know, it's all in good fun and it's all in good humor. But be sure to make sure that these guys get some love from you new folks in the chat, because they do a lot more on their YouTube channels than I do. But that's what we're here for, to share the love. And Carrie, you're awesome too, bud. My energy comes in I've been equated to with sorry if there's a little wind noise now. There's a breeze blowing. And you put out your own good quality stuff there, Carrie, and I appreciate the opportunity I have to tune in and interact with you on your channel when you do your live streams and stuff too. But I'm like I said, I'm working through these new gadgets that I brought on board here, and I'm just for transparency's sake, I purchased this equipment out of my own money. This didn't come out of money from the racing series or nothing like that, because we're not here to distract and take away from anything the series has going on that promotes, you know, a good conducive environment for the racers we honor and the racers that participate, but also for Forgotten Angels. The only thing I'm in this for is to honor the ones that I grew up watching, as well as helping show and catalog and categorize and bring to light what they're doing, and inspire the younger racers and the younger drivers from other series that, you know, they may look up to these guys in their own way as well. And it, you know, helps promote everything. Because we can get on here and we can get negative and we can get sideways and this, that, and the other, but it really kind of, at times, negativity will breed negativity. Positivity breeds not positivity. I mean, opposites do attract as well. I mean, I haven't got to troll status yet. And the more I'm on here and the more consistent I am, the more likelihood of that happening. And I understand that there's keyboard warriors everywhere. Now, I'm going to address that comment that Sterling just made, y'all. He said, the man you see on the screen has given me opportunities that I never knew existed. Well, I can counter that with saying it wasn't so much that I gave you anything. It's one of those things that you wake up one morning and you got a thought in your head and you don't know where it came from. But you know it. You can't rest until you act on it and hope for the best. Now, and that's a prime example of, you know, me in a nutshell, is the fact that that's the only time that there's reward for me in anything I do, is the satisfaction of know I've tried to do a good job. I've tried to live right. I've tried to do right. Even though we all got our habits, we all got our vices. This is one of them. And yeah, this is the last one in the pack. But we can all agree that we all have our own demons in our own ways. But yet, at the same time, they're demons nonetheless. I mean, I'm repeating a lot of stuff I've said in previous live streams and in previous videos. But to me, it's what's important. Because when you hear things long enough and there's enough action behind them, there's validity in that. And we as a society, we're wired to believe a lie 1,000 times faster than we can see it for real in our eyes and see a truth and discount it, discredit it, not believe it, you know, it's weird how that's as a society, that's how we are. I'm not trying to change society. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm sharing with the world how I navigate the society we're in, the world we're in today. What works for me won't work for everybody. And for the ones who know me personally, I kind of do things different. That's what makes us all unique. And at the same time, that's what makes us all the same, but it's because we're unique in our own ways. And then it's not that, yeah, let me say this. Yeah, this is my truck hooked to a carrier's trailer that I'm leased to, and I'm using it as a canopy in the shade right now. However, it's not what people see in public on these videos, because there's more to it behind the scenes. And in our own safety and our personal protection, we obviously can't air all our laundry. I mean, there's some people that do, and they do it because that's how they're monetized and that's how they make a living on here, and that's all well and good. If we're willing to take the risk, we should be willing to accept the consequences. And a lot of people want the reward without the risk. And a lot of people want to stay in their comfort zone because people don't like change. They resist change because they're in a comfortable place. And the fear of the unknown, it kills the spirit, it kills the mind, it kills the imagination. But if you have an imagination, it can kill the fear. It can kill the doubt. I've said this 100 times before too. It's our mindset. Are we going to lay in bed all day and pout and whine that, oh, I can't do this because such and such said this, or I got a message from such and such and they hate me, and this, that, and the other? And so many times I've been in that situation as well. And that's how I've learned the hard way myself. And that's why I share the message I share. I know I'm getting off topic of what my live stream began, but those of you who know me know I do like to ramble. And I guess that's what keeps my channel interesting, because I mean, in just over 18 months, I've amassed, right at 350 subscribers, and I cherish each and every one of the people that tune into me and, share my content, share my message, leave comments. And another cool thing about it is being put in touch with these people all over the country, all over the world, helps us build a network behind the scenes. Because we never know, especially for those of us that are, like me, involuntarily single, learning how to live again. I've been doing it just a little over 2 years now. It's kind of comfort to know that, we throw ourselves on the proverbial sword and put ourselves out there publicly, but at the same time, we can develop interpersonal connections and relationships at the same time. And that takes a level of trust too, especially if it's folks you've never met in person and just have a phone call conversation with, or a text message back and forth with, or stuff like that. It doesn't mean it's less valuable or less important. It's just part of how this world gets to know each other. And then there's an odd time and an odd place where those worlds cross, those paths cross. So let me read some comments because I've been kind of slacking. I've been on a roll. I left off with Carrie saying I love my energy and I appreciate it. Toad was telling Sterling it's easy. You guys love it that you guys talks amongst yourself as well, because this is how our community rolls. Well, that was Carrie saying that was so needed to hear. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. No, don't thank me. Thank yourself. You're the one that tuned into the live stream and it being random. So, and I was just trying to work out this new equipment. Sterling saying I have gained and lost some of the best friends in my life on this platform. True. We have our own true colors. And we hope and pray that folks that we meet and interact with are genuine enough out the gate. And we can kind of tell too when we first meet people, usually in the first 10, 12 seconds, we've already got a pretty good gauge, and that's based on our previous life experiences. And you know, when people get into a relationship with each other, the misconception is people want to find stuff, they want to find a connection that's unconditional and true and honest and pure. But then once they get to know each other, they start placing conditions on each other. And it shows each one a different side of each other that they didn't open up and show right out the gate. As we all know, the ones that know me in here personally kind of get what I kind of give what I get, and I've always been that way, and not for any, not to stand out, but it's just been part of me. And in that, I've developed real good friendships, and I've lost real good friendships as well. Life's a lesson, life's a game, life's a gamble, life's a ramble. Oh, welcome in, Farron. Hey, brother. Yeah. Me ramble? Always. Hope you're doing good in your new journey, man. Now get back to doing what I'm doing. Put out more videos. Edit more. Yeah. If I gotta do it, if I can do it, you can do it. And you do it better than I can because you're younger and you know much technical crap better than I do. Carrie saying, man, oh man, that was of value. Okay. You're welcome. I got nothing left. I got nothing to lose. And my mom told me from an early age that, you know, I never knew when to shut up. So I guess I got to live up to it, you know. I got to live up to the I got to live up to the prospect that she sees and holds true in me. And it's paying off in a way because I'm meeting all you folks, plus being the face and the voice of the Living Legends Racing Series and being able to share Forgotten Angels with them. It's my little way of giving back to, you know, our future generations and paying tribute to our elders as well. It kind of goes hand in hand. And even when I'm having a bad day, it's really not just a bad day, it's just a bad moment in that day. And I can sit back and think, you know, do I have any regret about what I thought about saying? Do I have any regret about doing this or doing that? And failures, I look at them as a lesson. And am I guilty of being insane, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? We'd be lying if we said we didn't do it ourselves. Come on, Let's be real. So, I do appreciate you guys and gals, and glad y'all took a moment out of your day to come over here and say hello and help me get through this test with this new tripod and this mic. Some of you guys wasn't in here earlier when I had the boom mic plugged in. So I'm gonna go back to the boom mic for a minute and see if some of this background noise clears down, even though the volume will get a little lower. I mean, I will move a little closer to the mic. I mean, I'm having to actually make a physical connection. The mic's not Bluetooth. I don't have Bluetooth money. All right. Audio check. Audio check. I'm back on the boom mic. I'll speak up a little louder so I can be heard a little better. But yeah, guys, this is in the parking lot across from the Walmart in Selma, Alabama. I had to load here in the morning and go to Kentucky. Welcome in, sick bastard. Hope to see you Saturday night as well. I know you're helping share the word about not just the race, but Forgotten Angels coming to pay a visit. And Mr. David said he might bring a couple of the volunteers and one of the young men that live there on the property. So we'll have to see how that plays out because things change on a daily basis down there for them. Those of us that help and support and volunteer at Forgotten Angels. So anyhow, yeah, audio level is going to be reduced. It's running through a wired mic. So I'm going to speak a little louder and a little clearer. Or if I need to, guess what? Let me do this. Let me do this. You know how you see your influencers holding microphones? So I do have my old 30-year-old setup. And the reason I'm wanting to up my game with this is I am I'm hoping that we can record more interviews with fans and more drivers from the series and interview Mr. David from Forgotten Angels and Mr. Keith from Busy Bees and hopefully get some interviews from our volunteers that come to help and get their thoughts and opinions on what we're doing as a community and share them with you guys here eventually. So I think it's a proximity thing. So that's a that's something I'll I I appreciate your input, guys. Um, but at the same time, even though in the shade here in Selma, Alabama, I'm probably gonna run into a heating issue with my phone because it's in a phone case on this holder. So before I get to where I lose my streaming broadcast, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you guys and gals who not only support me and stay in contact with me directly with words of advice, words of wisdom, words of encouragement, but everything you do for everybody else as well and for yourselves. And do not forget that because it's like I've said before in my very first live stream. Think about that message that you get when you get on an airplane. That stewardess gives you that safety briefing. Put your mask on first and then help other people around you. We can't help others if we're not taking care of ourselves first. And it don't have to be just physically, it can be mentally and emotionally to make sure that we're in a good place, solid enough place we can do for others without hurting ourselves. And that I know sometimes for a lot of us that's a blurred line. And not everything stays the same because the last few campouts I've been to, I wasn't able to make it in March for logistical reasons with, this business I'm running with this truck, with this carrier, and, breakdown issues and mechanical issues and stuff like that. But at the same time, standing fast, standing true to yourself, and doing something today to hope be able to make tomorrow better because yesterday's already dead and gone. Yesterday's already passed. And we can't we can't change the past, but we can learn from it. And welcome in another fellow weirdo, Mr. I'll Make You Uncomfortable, Mr. Robin, our north of the border reporter. I hope you and Sandra are doing well, buddy. Yeah, I'm not hiding under the trailer. I'm taking advantage of the shade that the trailer affords me. So, with that being said, folks, I want to wish each and every one of y'all a safe and prosperous journey in today. And as we go about life, if we can ask ourselves this: if we could do one small thing better, and it might require a little effort and a little getting out of our comfort zone. We can do one small thing to make ourselves better. Just think about it. How much how much better off we will be just by taking small steps. And it will reflect outward as well. And that's the best we can hope for. So, with that being said, folks, you all have the best day possible and keep as many positive thoughts as you can because we can only control one thing in life. And this is conversations I've had offline privately with friends and family. Even in my worst trying times, I've had to be words of wisdom, words not words of wisdom, but had to offer, you know, be there to mediate others when they're at a weak point. And in that is where I find my humility as well, because I have to think about, you know, I haven't got it so bad, really, if I stop and think about it, even though it's not been all sunshine and roses. But at the same time, knowing it could be worse as well. Keep your mind set up, and I'll catch y'all later. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So stay tuned. There's footage coming from a lot more angles, and we're really doing great things here. And it's because we've got a supportive community like you guys as well. Because, it's a team effort. We put stuff out, you guys watch it, and you respond, and you interact. And for that, I thank you. The volunteers thank you. Forgotten Angels thanks you. The Living Legends Racing Series thanks you. North Florida Speedway thanks you. And that's just me speaking for them because they're not here, obviously. And each one of you guys and gals that interact with me personally, I thank each and every one of y'all as well. So with that, I'm gonna get on and make some more stuff happen and get you guys ready for what's to come because heck, I don't even know how it's gonna play out, but it's gonna be dang fun. It's gonna be dang interesting. Peace out, y'all. Thanks y'all for coming in.